The days are growing shorter, the crisp autumn breeze fills the night's air, leaves drift down from trees, and cooler temperatures remind us that the seasons are changing. But one thing remains constant, this epic comic book channel. Get ready to dive into brand new fictional locations, meet incredible characters, and so much more. The weather may change, but our stories never stop. Welcome to Short Story Universe Audio. Thanks for clicking on my video Short Story Universe Audio, Deep Dive Podcast 2024. To fully enjoy this video, please ensure CC closed captions is turned on. Are you ready for an AI deep dive into a brand new, massive, comic book universe created by me, Vandale? If so, grab a snack, sit back, and enjoy my Short Story Universe Audio, Deep Dive Podcast 2024.
All right, get ready everyone, because we are diving headfirst into a world exploding with creativity, the short story universe. We're talking sprawling cities, those epic intergalactic battles you always imagine, even reality TV, but with like a sci-fi twist.
It's wild how much thought the creator, Vandale, has put into this. I mean, this isn't just a background for stories to happen. This universe, it's alive. It's got its own history and culture, even like a whole economy.
It's true. I was looking over the notes again, and Vandale calls it, quote, an insanely awesome roller coaster ride of storytelling. And honestly, after seeing it all, it really does feel that accurate. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Where does this wild ride actually begin?
Our journey starts on planet Trite, in a city with the same name. Okay, picture this. A team of heroes called the Jade Knights. They're locked in this massive battle with the Clarissa Cougar, and wait for it, her Cougarmen. I mean, come on.
Okay, you've got me hooked, and you haven't even gotten to the best part. This whole fight, it's not just some random fight scene. This is like a chain reaction waiting to happen.
Exactly. This is where Lot Sin comes in. He's the leader of the Jade Knights. Yeah. And his rage during this battle, it sets off something Vandale calls Rage War 1, which is this like energy surge that transforms Trite and leads to all these new cities popping up everywhere.
Oh, wow. So Rage War 1 is like the spark that sets everything else in motion. It's kind of amazing how one event can influence an entire universe like this.
Yeah, and it shows just how interconnected everything is in this world. Yeah. And each of these new cities, they're not just copies of Trite or anything. We're talking Magiville, which is just bursting with magical energy. Then there's Radio City, which makes you think about communication and technology and their role in this whole thing.
And don't forget San Holoton. They've got the United Scientists Association, which I think is a really cool concept. It's like taking international cooperation but giving it this awesome scientific twist.
It shows how much thought Vandale has put into the social structures, you know? And then you've got Lieberstock, Spirit Valley, Hollymead, each one totally different. Like take Hollymead. It's home to First Lady Productions and Cuber Comics. So you know it's a place for creative people.
It's like every city is its own character. I'm already wondering how these cultures all interact with each other, especially since they're all so different.
And just when you think you're getting a handle on it all, Vandale throws in this curveball, a city called Lanzika, and it's totally mysterious.
Oh, what's the deal with Lanzika? Why so mysterious?
Vandale doesn't really give us much to go on. We know it's there, we know it's part of everything, but its people, what it's about, it's all a secret, at least for now.
Oh man, I love a good mystery. But this can't be all there is to this universe, right? I mean, these cities are super cool, but there's gotta be more.
Oh, you are absolutely right. Vandale doesn't stop at cities. This is a whole planet. And connecting everything is this huge waterway called the Amazing River. It's like the lifeblood of this entire world.
Rivers mean adventure. What's going on along the Amazing River? What kind of stories happen there?
Well, you've got Bayora Island on one side of the river and then Cult Isle on the other. Right away, you're thinking, what are they like? Do they get along, or are they, rivals?
Oh, okay. Things are getting interesting. I can already imagine these stories happening all along this river. It's the perfect setting for adventure.
And get this, way up above the Amazing River, there's this futuristic spacecraft. That's New Kingdom. Basically, a floating city. It really makes you wonder about the technology they've got up there.
Whoa, a floating city. That's next level. But if that's up above, what's below the river?
No, this is where it gets really cool. Hidden beneath the surface is this place called Fort Trove. And get this, it's inhabited by what Vandale calls mega powerful sea creature types.
Okay, you had me at mega powerful sea creatures. That is awesome. What are they like? Are they like guardians or something?
Vandale doesn't say. But it does show how much diversity there is in this world. And we haven't even touched on who has the power on the amazing river yet.
Wait, what do you mean?
Picture this. Luxurious mega yachts cruising up and down this river. And get this, their names are Queen's Conquest, Prince Journey, Princess Tales, and the King's Story. I mean, those names just scream power, you know.
It's like Vandale took fantasy, sci-fi, and politics and just blended them all into one.
And just when you think you're starting to understand it all, Vandale throws in another curveball. It's another mysterious location, and it's called Enchantica.
Enchantica. It sounds kind of like ominous. What is it?
It's this super secretive place. Like, it's where they send people who break the law, or if someone becomes a problem.
Oh, wow. It's like a mix of Alcatraz and Area 51. But what really gets me is how Vandale takes all these, like, darker elements and mixes them with something fun, like the Global Defense Force. They're based in Enchantica, right?
Yeah, the Global Defense Force. I love how Vandale describes them, their advanced robots as cops. Kind of comical.
I know. It makes you think about how law enforcement works and how society is controlled, but in this fun way, you know?
Totally. Even in this crazy world with all this technology and magic, you can't escape human nature, or, well, robot nature in this case. But let's zoom out for a second. Remember Invade?
Oh yeah, they're the militant group on, what was it called? Teron?
Yep, Teron. And they're ruled by Beast Extreme. It's a total contrast to those other cities we were talking about.
It makes you wonder, right? In a universe with all this advanced stuff, why are there still these places that are all about control?
It's a good question. Makes you think about the bigger picture, you know. But get this. Remember the Zadoka Battlecraft? The one with the reality TV show? Well, it's got a bigger role than we thought.
Wait, really? How so?
So while Teron and Ash Falls are, like, fighting, Earth is watching the whole thing go down. It's like intergalactic pay-per-view.
That is kind of creepy when you think about it. It makes you think about who's really controlling things, you know, the people fighting or the ones showing it to everyone else.
For sure. And it makes you wonder about how media works in this universe. Like, is there propaganda? Vandale's really thought this through.
Speaking of thinking things through, we can't forget about the Vantosphere. It's like its own little world with the Greynauts aliens and the Black Titans.
I know, right? We've gone from cities to planets at war to a giant spaceship. Vandale has such a wild imagination.
It's like layer upon layer of worlds. But tell me more about who lives in the Vantosphere. What's the deal with these Greynauts aliens?
Your guess is as good as mine. Vandale's keeping that one a secret for now. It's like they want us to be dying to know more.
I get it. Don't give away too much at once. But what about the Black Titans? We know a little something about them, right?
Yeah, they're a magical family. There's Pan and Pagan, the parents, and then their kids. Dee Dee, Megandra, Ferdinandi, Esther, and of course Dawn.
Wait, Dawn. The cutest kid ever, honorary Prince of Trite. Dawn.
The one and only. Vandale clearly loves this little guy. And I mean, can you imagine the stories you could tell? A magical kid in the middle of all this intergalactic drama?
Oh, for sure. The possibilities are endless. Is he going to cause trouble with his powers, or will he be the one to bring everyone together? I want to know more about Dawn.
Right, and we barely know anything about him. But that's the beauty of Vandale's characters. You get attached right away.
It's like Vandale's giving us a peek into this incredible world, and we just want to dive in. So what happens next? Where do they go with all of this? I know, it's like they've created this massive puzzle, but only given us a few pieces. But out of everything we've talked about, what do you think is the coolest part of this universe?
That's so hard. It's like picking a favorite, like, color or something. But I think it's how Vandale mixes everything together so well. You've got magic and technology, politics and space battles. It's serious, but also funny. It's kind of brilliant.
You're so right. That's what makes it so different from everything else. It's not just one genre, it's everything at once. It's a whole experience.
Totally. And that's why I can't wait to see what they do next. I mean, there are so many unanswered questions, it feels like we're just scratching the surface.
For sure. So, before we wrap up our deep dive into the short story universe, what's the one thing you hope our listeners will take away from all this?
I think it's that, really, your imagination can be limitless. Vandale created this whole world that makes you ask questions and see things in new ways. It's a world just begging to be explored.
I love that. It just goes to show how powerful storytelling can be. It can really take you to another world. Who knows what adventures await us in the short story universe? I can't wait to find out.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the short story universe, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends, and don't forget to click the bell icon to stay updated on all my latest content. Your support helps us create even more epic stories, so stay tuned for more exciting journeys.